Kim Kardashian has had enough. This complete debacle of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's making has made them even more toxic in Hollywood than they were before, and that is saying something.
Meghan walked into Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party with the kind of confidence you only see in someone who assumes the cameras will follow her everywhere she goes. She expected attention, applause, and maybe even a fresh headline the next morning. Instead, she got the digital equivalent of being escorted out of a VIP booth.
The Kardashians not happy about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle overshadowing Kris Jenner's party.
Meghan walked into Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party with the kind of confidence you only see in someone who assumes the cameras will follow her everywhere she goes. She expected attention, applause, and maybe even a fresh headline the next morning. Instead, she got the digital equivalent of being escorted out of a VIP booth.
Kim is pissed off. And it's not a surprise, is it? Given that the Kardashians are the royal family of Hollywood.
Her photo with Kim disappeared as if she had never been there at all. And that's where this story really begins. It started with one picture, one seemingly harmless snapshot of Meghan Markle standing beside Kim Kardashian. The kind of image Meghan usually posts, reposts, saves, frames, and possibly submits to her future Netflix documentary.
What's very clear is that the first ask was from Meghan Markle, that's what I was told. Get these photos up, why am I not in it? The second ask is Prince Harry, take them the hell down.
For a moment, she finally had what she wanted: proximity to America's most powerful influencer family. But then the unthinkable happened. The photo vanished quietly, cleanly, and faster than Harry's smile at a royal event. Fans saw it, screenshot it, and before Meghan could even refresh her feed, it was scrubbed from Kim's grid like a stain the Kardashians refused to acknowledge. And honestly, for a family that monetizes every second of their lives, deleting a photo is basically a declaration of war. Kim doesn't delete things by accident, she deletes to send messages.
They had hired the best paparazzi in the business to take photos of all the guests coming in.
Yes.
This is how we got our favorite platonic couple, Oprah and Gayle, together, right?
Yes.
Within minutes, theories flooded the internet. Why was Meghan erased? Was it drama? Was it shade? Did Kim simply realize the photo didn't fit her aesthetic? Or did someone, perhaps someone who obsesses over angles, lighting, and poppy placement, request the deletion herself? Because let's be honest, if there's one person in Hollywood who monitors her image like it's a full-time job, it's Meghan, and according to early whispers, Meghan definitely noticed. Some insiders claim she was confused, irritated, and maybe even a little shocked that her moment of Kardashian adjacency vanished before she could benefit from it. But trust me, the real reason that photo disappeared goes far beyond a simple delete button. What happened next stunned even Hollywood insiders.
Kim and Kris and all of them are just totally furious because it's about the fact that they are overshadowing Kris's 70th birthday celebrations. No one wants the toxic twosome taking over every single major event in their life.
The truth is, Kris Jenner's 70th birthday wasn't the kind of event where someone like Meghan Markle could simply blend in and pretend she was part of the inner circle. It was a James Bond-themed billionaire playground held inside Jeff Bezos's mansion, filled with people who treat global press coverage the way Meghan treats inspirational quotes: optional, curated, and heavily filtered. Guests floated through the gold-trimmed entryway as if they were born into luxury. Meanwhile, Meghan walked in with the energy of someone hoping her surprise appearance would magically turn into a cultural moment. Instead, the room barely paused. A-listers were catching up, moguls were laughing over champagne, influencers were battling for the perfect angle, and then there was Meghan, standing in an outfit that was polished but didn't quite sync with the glossy, unapologetically powerful Kardashian aesthetic. And Harry? He looked like he was counting down the seconds until he could go home and pretend the entire evening was just research for another documentary.
His eyes.
Do you see where they are?
On her boobs.
And he looks wasted. And Meghan, that's your prize, okay? That's your duke, your prince of the blood. He's ogling a 70-year-old woman.
Reports from guests paint a picture of genuine confusion. People whispered to each other, wondering whether the Sussexes were even on the official guest list, because their entrance felt less like a VIP arrival and more like two people who wandered in after following the sound of cameras. They moved through the space with the kind of awkwardness you see when someone expects applause but receives only mild, polite nods. The Kardashians didn't rush to greet them. Kris didn't sprint over for a photo op. And the Jenners were too busy actually enjoying the night to stop and validate Meghan's presence, and the wildest part? They stayed for barely 10 minutes, just long enough for Meghan to scan the room, realize she wasn't the main character here, and make an exit before anyone could ask why she showed up in the first place. But honestly, their sudden departure wasn't even the strangest thing that happened that night. The real chaos began the moment Kim posted and then erased their picture. The second Kim Kardashian deleted that photo, the internet didn't just blink, it exploded. Because Kim doesn't remove posts unless something feels off-brand. And apparently, Meghan standing beside her was the aesthetic equivalent of a pop-up ad nobody asked for.
She would have realized that had she just stayed as a royal, it would have been the likes of Kris Jenner, desperate to be in a room with her.
Yes.
Desperate to be in a room with Meghan Markle, and how the tables have turned, and she's not as clever as she thinks.
Yeah.
She doesn't get that this is not good for her brand.
Instantly, theories erupted across the internet, each one more dramatic than the last. Some fans joked that Kim simply realized Meghan didn't fit her carefully curated aesthetic, because let's be honest, Kim's feed is basically a luxury showroom, while Meghan often brings the energy of a motivational speaker who accidentally wandered into the wrong event. Others suggested the Kardashians didn't want any royal-adjacent PR noise disrupting their perfectly engineered timeline. These days, being photographed with Meghan often comes with a wave of online chatter, and not all of it is kind. Then came the spicier theory that Meghan herself might have preferred the photo removed after noticing the lighting, the angle, or how her outfit contrasted with Kim's sharper, more polished look. After all, many believe Meghan is highly selective about her public image and prefers full control over how she appears, but the theory that sent social media into a frenzy was much simpler. Kim may have deleted the picture on purpose, not out of pettiness, but because the Kardashian brand avoids drama they don't directly benefit from. And pairing their image with Meghan, at least in the eyes of some online spectators, can feel like inviting unnecessary scrutiny. The deletion didn't look accidental. It felt deliberate, almost like a message delivered with quiet, Kardashian-level precision.
Revealing that Kim Kardashian, after this debacle, has actually decided to cut off Meghan Markle altogether after what insiders are calling a total vibe clash at the birthday party.
And the moment Meghan realized the photo had vanished, well, according to whispers, she wasn't exactly thrilled. But the deletion itself wasn't even the sharpest sting. The deeper insult was still coming, and it cut far closer to Meghan's ego than a missing Instagram post ever could. What really sent the internet spiraling wasn't just the erased photo. It was the rumor that Meghan and Harry weren't even officially invited to Kris Jenner's birthday party in the first place. That single detail instantly transformed the entire night from an awkward cameo into what many online joked was an accidental gatecrash. According to guests, their arrival felt less like a glamorous entrance and more like two people who slipped in behind someone else, hoping no one would question it. The social equivalent of pretending you belong in VIP while security squints, trying to figure out your name. People at the event reportedly whispered to one another, wondering who invited them, because Kris and Kim didn't rush over, the Jenners didn't circle around them, and absolutely no one acted like the Sussexes were expected guests. Meghan, however, walked in with the confidence of someone assuming the Kardashians would be thrilled to see her, only to discover the room barely registered her presence. And the funniest part? Their brief 10-minute appearance suddenly made a lot more sense when insiders joked Meghan might have been hoping for a quick photo op to prove she was still orbiting Hollywood's A-list, unaware that the Kardashians operate on a completely different planet where clout is earned, not claimed. The rumor that they were uninvited didn't just sting, it rewrote the entire narrative, turning Meghan's appearance into a PR attempt that fizzled out before it even began. And unfortunately for her, this wasn't the last moment that night exposed just how far she's drifted from Hollywood's inner circle.
I mean, it just shows us what the Sussexes have been reduced to, unapologetically tacky, how pathetic and disappointing their priorities currently are.
The moment that photo disappeared, the internet didn't just notice, it mobilized like a full investigative task force, determined to uncover why Meghan Markle had been digitally erased faster than you could say media strategy. Fans scoured timestamps, stories, reposts, and even lighting reflections, piecing together the mystery as if it were a national emergency. Somehow, every new clue made Meghan look even more out of place than before. Screenshots of Kim's original post resurfaced within minutes, proving the photo had existed before it was quietly removed. TikTok creators had a field day breaking down the exact second Meghan was edited out of the night's narrative. Meanwhile, Kardashian-Jenner recap posts went live, showcasing the glamour, the power, the celebrity chaos, and absolutely zero trace of Meghan or Harry. It was as if the universe had collectively decided they were extras in someone else's movie, and not even necessary ones. PR analysts weighed in, noting that the Kardashians never delete content without purpose, making the entire situation look like a deliberate thanks, but no thanks. Meghan's critics seized the moment as comedic fuel, painting her as someone desperately trying to insert herself where she wasn't wanted. Even her supporters struggled to defend the optics, while poor Harry became a meme once again, with the internet joking that he looked like a confused +1 at his own life. But the online reaction didn't just create chaos, it exposed a much harsher truth Meghan has been trying hard to outrun.
That the Kardashian clan are upset after Harry and Meghan demanded not to be pictured inside Kris Jenner's 70th birthday, which was extraordinary, of course, because just a few moments earlier, they had been pictured inside the event for Serena Williams.
What the deleted photo truly exposed wasn't just a social misstep, it highlighted a quiet, uncomfortable truth Meghan has been sidestepping for years. Hollywood isn't lining up to embrace her the way she once imagined. The Kardashians deleting her image wasn't petty, it was symbolic, a reminder that influence in this town isn't something you declare, it's something others validate. Lately, Meghan hasn't been getting much validation. The failed Spotify deal, lukewarm Netflix reactions, and endless rebranding attempts that never seem to stick all contribute to a narrative no A-list circle wants attached to their carefully constructed image. Hollywood thrives on unpredictability, but the kind that generates buzz, not the kind accompanied by endless drama and carefully curated victim stories. Walking into Kris Jenner's party was supposed to be a strategic move for Meghan, a subtle way of reminding everyone she still belonged among the elite. Instead, the vibe resembled a pop-up appearance from someone hoping proximity would equal importance. And when Kim hit delete, it sent a message louder than any public statement: the Kardashian empire is selective, and Meghan wasn't part of the brand alignment. Meanwhile, Harry blended into the background like a misplaced extra, adding zero star power to the equation. The moment the photo vanished, it became painfully clear that Meghan's attempt to re-establish her Hollywood relevance had backfired. And unfortunately for her, the fallout didn't stop with a single deleted image. The next blow hit even closer to her ego.
Buckingham Palace insiders have told the newspaper that the royal family was shocked at Markle and Harry's appearance at Jenner's bash. According to their sources, the attendance shows that Harry is so far removed from the rest of the family.
Behind the polished smiles and carefully rehearsed public calm, insiders whispered that Meghan did not take the photo deletion lightly. In fact, her reaction became its own mini-drama. According to those familiar with how tightly she manages her public image, Meghan was caught completely off guard. She had walked into that party expecting a triumphant moment, not a digital vanishing act. When she discovered the post was gone, sources claimed she felt blindsided, wondering how Kim, the queen of calculated branding, could erase her so casually. Meghan reportedly believed the picture was flattering, powerful, and the kind of image that would quietly boost her Hollywood positioning. So, when it vanished, it wasn't just a missing photo to her, it was a missed opportunity she thought she had secured. Meanwhile, Harry, ever the unwilling participant in these image games, apparently tried to downplay the situation, telling her it wasn't a big deal, which, of course, only made things worse. Meghan is known for taking her media presence seriously, almost academically, treating every angle, filter, and facial expression like a strategic asset. This deletion cracked the carefully maintained illusion she worked so hard to uphold. It wasn't just about the shot being removed. It was about what the removal implied, that the Kardashians didn't see value in being associated with her. And for someone who prides herself on controlling the narrative, this loss of control cut deeper than any tabloid headline. But the part Meghan struggled with most were the long-term implications, the whispers that Hollywood insiders couldn't stop sharing. What followed after the deleted photo wasn't just gossip, it was a quiet but unmistakable verdict on Meghan's current status in the industry. And it hit harder than anything Kim's delete button ever could.
It's hard to comprehend where Meghan Markle's head is when we are seeing such grace and strength and selflessness from Catherine. How she could justify throwing on her Bond gear and showing up to the Kardashians' house.
People who work behind the scenes, agents, publicists, brand strategists, and PR handlers, all started whispering the same uncomfortable truth: Meghan isn't the kind of heat Hollywood wants right now. She's the kind of headline that drains energy, not the kind that electrifies a room. The Kardashians operate like a global corporation and understand brand synergy better than anyone. If they felt Meghan added more complication than value, that says everything about where she stands. The deleted image became a symbol all on its own. Not dramatic, not personal, just definitive. To Hollywood, it signaled that Meghan wasn't a must-have presence, but an optional cameo nobody was fighting for. Insiders even joked that the 10 minutes she spent at the party were the most effort she had put into networking in years. Yet even that didn't move the needle. Meanwhile, Meghan's attempts to rebuild her relevance through selective appearances, strategic leaks, and insider exclusives started looking less like calculated moves and more like someone trying to stay afloat rather than steer the ship. And when a family as PR savvy as the Kardashians quietly distances itself, others notice. The aftermath of the deletion wasn't chaos, it was a slow, surgical recalibration of where Meghan fits in the Hollywood hierarchy now. Sadly for her, the placement wasn't anywhere near where she had hoped to be. And just like that, we've reached the end of yet another royal circus starring none other than Meghan Markle herself, the woman who can turn a cup of tea into a global scandal and a minor inconvenience into a 3-part documentary. But don't go anywhere just yet, because the story doesn't end here. If you thought today's chaos was unhinged, dramatic, and packed with enough royal eye rolls to power Buckingham Palace for a decade, oh, my friend, you haven't seen anything yet. Before you hop off, let me guide you to a video you absolutely cannot miss. Trust me, it's the kind of content that makes popcorn mandatory. It's the one where Harry is in complete shock as Sarah Ferguson exposes Meghan's yacht days with Andrew. Yeah, those days, the ones Meghan pretends never happened, the ones she wishes the internet would magically delete, the ones even Netflix doesn't have the budget to dramatize properly. So, if you want pure chaos, vintage drama, and revelations that hit harder than Meghan's latest PR script, go binge that next video. Consider it the perfect sequel to everything we've uncovered today.